Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. We will be practicing the camel pose today, Ustrasana. And let's go over the benefits and the contraindications. The Ustrasana camel opens up your heart and your chest. It improves your posture. It can relieve back pain. It stimulates the glands, especially this thyroid gland, and it can improve flexibility. Contraindications are injuries or chronic issues with your knees, shoulders, back, and neck. Modifications, you can put a blanket under your knee as you go into this pose. So that modification would look like this. If you need some support for your knees, you can put a blanket under your knees. And the other modification, your shins will be on the floor, but you can come up onto those toes and you can come back onto the heels of the foot with your heels a little higher above the earth. We're bringing the earth up a little higher. Those are a couple beautiful modifications for this pose. Our foundation is going to be our shins and the tops of our feet right here. And alignment for this is the hips are going to be, the knees are going to be hip width apart, and we can measure that with our fists between our knees. The hips are going to be stacked over the knees, so I'll be guiding you to move those hips a little forward as we move into the back bend a little bit. Hands are going to be on the low back with the fingers pointing down just below the ribs. The elbows will be in, and our tailbone is going to be tucked a little bit to open up these lumbar. The intention, there's a few intentions for this. Shoulder blades are going to be coming together. Find that line of energy, that intention. The lower body is going to be grounded, and the chest is going to be lifting up, heart is up, lifting up towards the sky. The buttocks and the shoulders will be relaxed. So let's go through the steps of camel. So we are going to begin up on our knees, upright. Beautiful. First thing we're going to do is we're going to tuck that tailbone under a little bit to open up the spaces in the lumbar spine, so when we go back, we don't crunch those lumbars. So if we're like this and we go back, it's crunching. So we want to tuck that tailbone under slightly. Open up. Bringing the hands to the small of the back, just below the ribs, fingers pointing down, and the elbows are in. Knees are hip width apart. And we're going to nice inhale, and we're going to lift that head, lift the heart. The neck is going to be slightly coming back, the head. It's in alignment with the spine, moving those hips so they're right over the knees. Beautiful. And if you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit, you can bring those hands down to the heels. We're going to go into a deeper back bend here, moving those hips forward to go back over the knees. Beautiful. And if you'd like to do the modification here, we can take one hand at a time. Again, moving those hips forward a little so they're over the knees. Heart is up. Head is slightly back. You can adjust your chin to a comfort level for your neck. And let's engage those bandhas and take a couple breaths. Remember to relax those glutes. One more breath. Beautiful job. To come out of this posture, release the feet. Coming back up, you can bring those arms back onto the small of your back. And a beautiful counter pose for this is child's pose. So you can just go right into that pose. Thank you so much for being here. I am Grace. You can go to ecstaticyoga.studio, check out our retreats. We have retreats in Costa Rica, Lava Hot Springs, and our teacher trainings. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day. Namaste.